Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I have a water and not a coffee. That cannot stand. Hold on a minute. All right, much better, much better. Well, let's get going here. We've got Jeb from Clan T-Red, Tread, or Trey D. Tier 6, T78. Sent this to me titled T78 5 kills, but the hero was the other guy with 5 kills, and he said I played it cautious, probably too cautious, but it worked thanks to the Crom. Well, I guess the Crom is the guy with 5 kills. The Crom will be, that's Ilum. Ilum from Clan OPSEC. We are on an encounter map, Muravanka. Okay, encounter mode on the map Muravanka. T78, operate and win this one, gentlemen. What does that mean, operate and win this one? Not sure. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't understand what it means. Good luck, have fun. Yes, Daddy. Reported for being nice. Good. Perfect. That's exactly what we expect in World of Tanks. Reported for being too nice. All right. It'll be nice to win. That's for sure. I have not done a whole bunch of that in the recent past. We've got a M4A3 way out there. We've sent most of our guys over here to the west side. We're hanging out by Cap. So Jeb's gone to a pretty standard TD position. Where's our Cromwell that does so much damage? Well, he's sort of camping. All right. Okay. Cromwell is in the bush at about, what, G3 or so. Let's punish that guy. Where did the shot go, man? Okay, KV-85. He's tracked right in the turret. Boom, 250. I believe this is a 240 Alpha gun. Let's check it out. It is. So hits pretty hard, actually, for a Tier 6. And the reload's pretty good. This has pretty good DPM. The T-78, I believe, was a gift tank. Was it a gift tank? I know it's a gift tank for the Veterans Program thing. I believe it's been available in several ways. Oh, get the Su-8. Somebody kill that thing way back there. We're going to miss the KV-1S. We just have a couple pixels of turret right there. Well, they really have a bunch of guys stacking up behind that little ridge there, so every time they poke, they're going to get punished by the TDs hanging out here. Huge TD. Oh, that missed. You can see that it hit the ground. Jeb is just plinking away at these fellas. I would go for a track end. There you go. Did not get the track, but you did get the damage. And we're just plinking away here. I'm really surprised. I guess that tree, man. Hold on a second. I guess this tree is, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Why are we able to sit here and shoot without getting spotted? Because of, I guess because of that tree. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't actually know anything about this game anymore. But this spot is working for him. He's been shooting, plinking, firing without being spotted at all. The Cromwell B is still kind of chilling out. Is that how to play, fellas? Is Guido's aggressive gameplay a thing of the past? I really think it might be. It's possible that, you know, just sitting out, hanging out, and let the rest of the team whittle them away, and then when you've got full hit points, beat up their push that's already damaged. I don't know, man. I think I'll just keep playing the way I play, but I can see that it is absolutely, it's more difficult these days. There's just too much firepower now. There's too many auto-loader, reloader, loaders. Too big of a alpha, the tanks with lots of alpha. It's just so easy to get knocked out. If you play aggressively, really, you're just gonna take hit points, and that was always true. But when you're talking about autoloaders and reloader loaders, double barrel, blah blah blah, alpha situation, you just get punished too hard by playing aggressively. All right, Type 64 gets in there. This team is hurting, but now it looks like Cromwell B has his gun in the game. He's got a kill. Jeb's punishing this guy. And enemy team's kind of making that push. Although, to be honest with you, it's not a bad plan here because let's just take a quick look at it. If we check the mini-map, We do have the envelopment on the enemy team right here, so this is not a case of I've won the flank and I need to go somewhere else, because they've also won over here on the west side of the map. They're in a pretty good position, and honestly this should be all over but the shouting, more or less. But I think Jeb and the Cromwell are just going to punish them as they push in. Okay, yeah, T-78 up there. We're going to get this shot without getting spotted. Nope. Okay, so I probably would have started moving, but didn't matter. Oh, I guess it did matter. But the Hellcat doesn't get any damage. And one thing about the T-78, it has armor-ish. You're going to get those kind of, although I think that went into the tracks because we're not showing anything bounced. We just ate the shot. Ow! Just ate the shot with the tracks, and we just took 200 from the Su-8 hanging out in the back of the map. We have 1,436 damage, 257 assists. The Cromwell has 2. Jeb has 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks left. Looks like these two are going to kill the rest of them. Of course, they're 2 of the 3 that are live, so the Hummel is still trying to survive. And this is a difficult nut to crack right here if people are playing it well. It is hard to push the campers that are hanging out in this back position here in the southwest on this map. It's quite strong. There's a lot of bushes. There's some terrain you can hide behind. But normally you see a situation like this, it should be pretty much a done deal. But it looks like the enemy team is attempting to cap. There doesn't appear to be a lot of pressure coming from the north, and 2 of the enemy tanks are artillery. So really they only have 4 to try to work this. Looks like 2 of them are now on cap. One of them here is in the south and wherever the Hellcats got off to, though it might have been the Hellcat that ran back to cap. It's hard to tell. It's certainly the 3002. Looks like the Cromwell is going to go over there and try for a reset. That will be very helpful. Here's a one-shot Sherman Hayton Life. So we got lit. Jeb's being careful with his shot. And I think this may be the careful part. I probably would have pressed him and got rid of him as fast as possible. I need that Cromwell to be alive. There he is. Nice. Okay, so we get him dead. We get on the move. Looks like most of their tanks have pushed over to try to take on the Cromwell. The Cromwell is doing some serious work over there. And get this Hellcat dead would be very nice. There's part of him. Bit of a low roll 227. Nice. Cromwell got him dead. Cromwell takes another hit but lives. The old 110 shot, I think it was probably the Type actually that did that shot. Might have been the 3002 with the smaller gun. Man, were we spotted? Holy cow. Certainly took a shot at him. So there's 2 enemy tanks on cap. This is just a bad plan for the enemy tanks. Yes, kill the Arty. That's too bad. Low roll. Bit of a high roll. We could have killed him. Cromwell kills the 3002. Honestly, I didn't really see you being too careful. I mean, a little bit maybe. That might have been what you were talking about when you were dealing with the Sherman there, but you got him dead and then started headed that way. That's probably the only thing I saw that was a little too timid. If you'd killed him earlier, you could have flowed over here and helped these guys a little faster, or helped the Cromwell a little bit faster. Now, Cromwell's dead. He's got his 5 kills, and now Jeb's got to get rid of 3 of these fellers. He's got some decent hit points, but he certainly doesn't want to get caught out and shot by the Type 6040. I'd go kill the Type 6040. Just go find him, get rid of him, and then hunt Arty. It's a great plan. There you go. You got him. Nice. Nice. Oh, that hurt. And now here comes 3000 or 304. The FV 304 charges in. The Su-8 has a bit of a long reload, so I like that. Get off the cap. Now we just got to go find this guy. You got to love the Arty hunting at the end. We have 4 kills, 2,318 damage. Come on. That's amazing. Wow. Good guess. Good guess. Didn't get any damage, but he did get some stun. Where are you going? Where are you going? Jeb. Go get him. All right, he's going to take the cautious route. What I don't like about this particular way of doing it is it's a big map, and yes, artillery are generally not that fast, but you know where he was. You saw the direction of his shot. He missed. I kind of make a beeline for him. If it's a long reload already, then maybe I can even get there before he reloads, but I don't want him to get away. Because if I kind of take this long route and I go where he was and he's gone, I'm like, dude, now I got to try to chase him. You have a good amount of time, but it's a big map, and I don't want them to disengage and not be able to find them, because that's pretty miserable when you're hunting around a map and you can't find the bloody Artie. The good news is, sorry Artie players, most of them are not very smart, at least in the game, and they often just sit there. So he'll be thinking probably, hey, I can just maybe shotgun this guy, or I don't know. What he should have done as soon as he shot is run. And maybe he did. We haven't found him yet. Or is he just going to be sitting here in the same place? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. There is a little spot back here where you do have to kind of come around the corner, so maybe he actually is sitting here. Now you need to go to the right. Oh, jeez. A little bit worried he could have snuck over there. Yeah, I would have cleared that out. Looks like you are going to spot it from there. All right, so he's not hiding there. And so I didn't watch this replay until now. The dude ran, and you have to think that he was running off to the east. As soon as he shot, he's headed off that way. Not a bad plan here to grab this hill. Maybe you catch him out running somewhere. Remember that your sixth sense is a de facto spotting device at this point. You're not too worried about actually being out in the open and getting spotted. At least you know he's nearby. And then you can look at where you've been, what your spotting directions are, and you might even get a general idea of where they are. And if they take a shot at you, you should see the tracer. You should see the tracer, and you can then run in that direction. But this is product right under the flag. Artie never shoots there. Yeah, you could do that. You could jump on the cap. You do have enough time with 5 minutes. Is that what we're going to do? I don't know, Jeb. I think maybe you set it back to cap. So your other options here were to go all the way across the north and just clear out this whole thing and kind of chase him this way, because he's more than likely running this way to the south, I would say, or somewhere over here. Looks like maybe Jeb is going to go to cap. So that's probably going to draw the Artie to him, unless he actually catches him out in the middle here, because we know he gets 5 kills. So this should be interesting. Let's see if we can speed this thing up. Jeb will go to cap. Not a bad plan. And we'll see as he gets on there, the cap. Boom. So 3 minutes. Just got there. Now, what he can't really afford is here in a few seconds or so. Okay. Yeah, well, there you go. Not how I thought it was going to go. Really, really not how I thought it was going to go. I don't know once you got on cap why he just drove up on the hill and highlighted himself, but maybe he thought you were probably hiding down low and was going to come up and over. Either way, you caught him out. Nicely done right there. What I was saying before that, though, is what you don't want to have happen is get inside the total amount that you need to cap and get splashed and reset, and then forces you off the cap to go to try to find this guy. All right, Jeb, nicely done. 5 kills by you and the Ilum. The Cromwell B doing some good work. Both of you kind of hanging out. I don't know, not a huge big deal in terms of what you said being too timid there. Maybe could have pushed that guy a little bit earlier, the Sherman, and then headed over there and keep the Cromwell alive, but a lot of that's the old hindsight thing. I think you were also worried about just getting spotted and killed because there was only a couple of you right there. That is all I've got, fellas. Nicely done on that one, Jeb. You guys have a great day, and we will see ya.